Good morning, traders. Richard here doing quick Ichimoku cloud chart market review of the S&P 500 index. We'll start with S&P 500 Spider ETF. And in the last update, we were looking at this support test and potential rebound for a November year-end rally. And this support was quite significant. This zone between 410 and 413 comes from these old cloud chart support levels. And if we move to the left, you can see these old highs here and lows there became quite a significant support zone to rebound from. So the market we got our rebound back up to the bottom in the cloud. The first target that we were looking at was the standard line of the Ichimoku cloud here. That came and went, that zone. The next target was the bottom end of the cloud. Now we've reached that target. Incidentally, that bottom end cloud chart resistance zone is now the same as this old cloud chart resistance zone, as well as the standard line peaking there. So it's a critical zone here. We really need to see a breakout or a consolidation back here to test this front cloud chart support level. Could see a consolidation back to snap back, test these levels, then continue. Now price action above the cloud is bullish, so we're not there yet, but we did have a nice swing trade from these cloud chart support levels back up to the bottom in the cloud. So this trade worked out as we've highlighted earlier, and this comes soon after this sell-off that we've seen based on seasonal weakness and seasonal patterns. So we could still see a bit of a breakout of this top end cloud chart resistance, and if we get past this resistance zone, the next target would be this old cloud chart resistance zone here, back there at 445 and 450, the top end of the cloud there. These are the upside resistance targets. If we manage to break through this resistance zone and continue the year-end rally up until the end of December to get to these old top end cloud chart resistance levels. So far so good. This rally did work out. The swing trade, very fast one, very strong relief rally here. Back to the bottom end of the cloud. We're now at a critical juncture. Are we gonna break past this resistance zone or consolidate back down to test the bottom end of the cloud at 431? And in quite another, in a very weak market, we could retest the standard line support there at 423. So that's the downside risk to retest these levels. So keep an eye on that. But so far so good. Did manage to swing trade this back up to the bottom end of the cloud. Now if we're going to look at the weekly Ichimoku, you can see we got our rebound from that cloud chart support zone there. We highlighted that last time, this top end cloud chart support zone, and we got a nice strong rebound. We're now right there at the top end of the front end cloud chart resistance, so we really need to see a breakout past that, and then that would activate these old resistance levels to the upside there. Downside consolidation risk would be back down to this old cloud chart support zone. So there's this zone between 423 and 421 is the downside risk targets for November. But so far so good. Nice strong rally. Could see a snapback, let's say a 38% Fibonacci retracement of this move, and we could see a rebound coming in at the turning line of the cloud there maybe, and then another attempt at a further year-end rally. But so far so good. Did get a nice rebound. Price action is still bullish on the weekly Ichimoku. The daily one we need to see some improvement here. We need to see a breakout past the top end of the cloud resistance there, but we've had a nice couple of points rally and a swing trade in the S&P 500 index here. Now turning to the 4-hour Ichimoku, let's take a look at it. Take it to slow. You can see that rebound from this cluster of support broke through this front end cloud chart resistance as well as the standard line of the cloud, then managed to break past this bottom end cloud chart resistance at 431, and now it's really fighting the top end of the cloud. Yeah, so we had three resistance zones: the top end on the 4-hour, another resistance on the daily, and a significant resistance on the weekly Ichimoku cloud. So the question now becomes, is this resistance going to hold? Are we going to consolidate back to retest this 431 zone and possibly the bottom end of the cloud? Yeah, put that line in there. Consolidation back to 428, and then a resumption of the year-end rally at that point in time. So keep an eye on this 435 resistance zone. Any downside consolidation targets would activate 431 and then 428 to the downside. And turning back to the daily, the critical thing here is this bottom end resistance zone. Will this resistance zone hold? Are we going to break past that resistance zone? And that's absolutely critical for the remaining part of the week in terms of the S&P 500. Until next time, happy cloud chart trading. Bye for now.